Today, we're talking about Jonathan Taylor Thomas, a popular sitcom star from the 1990s, who won the hearts of many. This home improvement actor has faced some tough times in his life, and we're here to explain why it's so sad. Let's take a look at his early life and the challenges he encountered. Jonathan Taylor Thomas was born on September 8, 1951, in Pennsylvania. He was the second child of Claudine Galvis and Stephen Weiss. He had a happy and stable childhood until the family moved to California when he was 4 years old, hoping for a better life. This move had many effects on the family and young Jonathan. We are discussing this to understand the tragedy he faced. Relocation is important, and everything is related. We'll talk more about this later, but did you know that a few decades ago, growing up in a single-parent household was often viewed negatively? Fortunately, Jonathan Taylor Thomas is not living that way. Unfortunately, due to some unfortunate events in his life, he ended up in a one-parent household, which deeply affected him even as an adult. He didn't often talk about his parents' separation. The young boy held a lot of emotion for someone so young, but he dealt with it bravely. He channeled his feelings into his talents, but he didn't realize that this pressure could eventually overwhelm him. Let's focus on his early life. When his family moved to Sacramento, they saw potential in him. He was really good at copying others. He was naturally good at drama and acting, so his parents quickly noticed his talent. They looked for opportunities in the entertainment industry where their talented son could succeed. Jonathan, a cute and charming kid, was sure to stand out. He began modeling and appearing in commercials, which helped him get noticed by big actors. His ability to attract an audience made him different from other child actors. During a time when he was enjoying fame, problems began to appear in his seemingly perfect family. In 1991, he landed his most famous role as Randy Taylor on the hit sitcom Home Improvement. This role skyrocketed him to fame and wealth. He became so well known that viewers felt like Randy was part of their own families. Things couldn't get worse, right? But they did. We mentioned the cracks in Jonathan's parents' relationship, and despite their fame and money, they couldn't fix it. Each day felt like a nightmare for Jonathan, but he had to pretend to be happy and funny on the show. No matter how much he wanted to save their marriage, he couldn't. His parents got a divorce, which was really hard for him as a young child. Many forget that he was the first in his family to succeed in this way, and that he had no one at home to support him. He had to handle the pressure from millions of people while dealing with difficult situations at home without showing weakness. This can be very tough on someone. We often overlook that TV stars and actors are just like everyone else. They also need empathy and kindness, but where can they find it? Can such costly things be given away for free in the tough world of Hollywood? He wanted to concentrate on his life, so when his parents split up, he and his younger brother moved to Los Angeles with their mother. This move changed the young actor's life once more. The calm neighborhood of Sacramento was replaced by the busy and famous streets of Los Angeles. It was during this time that Jonathan became serious about his career and grew into one of the most successful sitcom actors of the 1990s. In the 1990s, things were going well for Thomas and he had many fans. However, he began to realize that acting wasn't just fun and games. By the mid-1990s, Hollywood's usual ways were losing their charm. His faithful followers were supposedly losing faith in his faith with him after all. In a 1996 interview with Premiere Magazine, he talked about his struggles in the acting world. He mentioned that the acting industry can be strange and stressful, and when he went home, he enjoyed playing basketball to take a break. "I'm not Jonathan Taylor Thomas with my friends, I'm just Jonathan. I don't enjoy spending time with other actors and actresses." This statement surprised many people in Hollywood and upset some who felt he was crossing a line. He didn't hold back in showing his frustration when he turned down the glamorous Hollywood lifestyle. During that time, things were strange because his fellow actors were making a scene to get attention, but he chose to stay away from the spotlight because he found it all boring. While his peers were getting lost in fame, Jonathan was playing basketball with his friends. Hollywood doesn't care about children's mental health or ethics. It only cares about making money. Many young kids have harmed themselves due to the pressures of fame. So what path did Jonathan choose? Did he end up like all the others? Did he suffer because of Hollywood? Or did he accomplish something more? Let's find out. After seeing many child actors struggle, laws were updated to protect them. Now, child actors work under strict rules that limit their hours and require them to go to school. These changes help prevent them from being taken advantage of by Hollywood's greed. However, even these protections can't completely shield young actors from exploitation. Jonathan Taylor faced a lot of stress and demands as a child actor. The rules and regulations for child actors helped him, but it was still very difficult for him. In an early interview with People magazine, he talked about working 9.5 hours a day on set, which took away his chance to enjoy a carefree childhood. He realized he wouldn't be able to have a normal childhood because of this. He was very good at managing his school, friendships, and acting career. He often said that his friends helped him stay on track with his performances. He had trained for a long time to give great shows, but the stress from his busy schedule started to affect his health. During his time on the show, he frequently mentioned that he worked even when he had severe migraines. He had headaches, but didn't realize he had a problem for a long time. He was under a lot of stress and pressure, making it hard for him to recognize what a normal body felt like. We want to point out that migraines are more than just bad headaches. They can come with nausea, changes in vision, and being extra sensitive to light and sound. That's why many celebrities experience them. Today, celebrities like Billy are dealing with tough situations too. Imagine working hard while being around negative people. He faced these struggles on his own, while fans thought his life was easy. Back in the 1990 says, Jonathan Taylor Thomas appeared to have it all, but no one realized the amount of effort he put in. Similar to modern stars like Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, he ended up in a difficult spotlight. The media paid a lot of attention to him, to the point where paparazzi would follow him everywhere, even to the bathroom, just to get a story. So, what kind of romantic stories could come from a young actor who was still under 18? Did he add any excitement for the media? Let's find out. Thomas found himself in the spotlight, and rumors about his personal life got a lot of people talking. Every girl he met, or even glanced at, was seen as a potential girlfriend. When Jonathan gained followers, it was a time when tabloids were extremely popular and news about celebrities was very sought after. This type of gossip attracted other celebrities in the media, but Jonathan preferred to stay out of the spotlight. So if he didn't want this gossip, how did it happen? It all started with a memorable event in 1998, when Jonathan appeared on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. And we all remember that. Jay Leno is known for being direct and for encouraging people to share gossip. He did this with Jonathan by asking about rumors concerning Thomas's relationships. Jonathan was tough to read, and Leno approached the topic directly by asking Thomas if he was gay and whether it bothered him when people made that assumption. However, Thomas didn't respond easily. He shrugged off the question casually, showing that Leno needed to work harder to get a reaction. Jonathan said the rumors were just typical for Hollywood. Leno didn't want to leave without answers, so he asked Jonathan directly if he was gay. Jonathan's response surprised everyone. He laughed and said no. This upset Leno's reputation because people felt he shouldn't have asked that question, especially since Jonathan is a young teen working hard. So the question still stands. Was he gay? Though it was because of all this that Thomas's perspective on media attention was so different from others his peers were bathing in. Fame, while he was there fighting the fame off, it wasn't like he was ungrateful or anything. He acknowledged that it was because of their love and support that he came so far, and he appreciated that. But the fact that he always had to face the haters and paparazzi in all instances was eating him from the inside. In an interview with the New York Times, Thomas shared with us all how he finds it hard to meet everyone's expectations. He feels that he owes a lot to the people in his life and believes he should perform, not just for money, but to thank those who helped him succeed. At the height of Thomas's fame, he gained a huge following, almost like a cult. His fans were so passionate that they didn't mind being called crazy for their intense admiration. Fans would go to great lengths just to see him, sometimes traveling to faraway places where he was filming. This obsession showed how popular he was, but even though he loved his fans, he wanted them to stop. His fame was on par with stars like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce today. Even though he appreciated their support, their behavior made him more cautious about his privacy. Fans didn't realize that their actions could lead to losing him for good. He was tired of constantly escaping from fans, avoiding the paparazzi, and feeling unable to love someone without them being in the spotlight. This pressure drove him to take a break until 2013. During the decade he spent away from the entertainment industry, rumors spread that his fame from the show Home Improvement in 1999 was only short-lived. During the rage during which he intersected with the page with Patrick Harris, Thomas didn't have a long career, but he surprised everyone in the past 10 years. Instead of partying like other celebrities, he used his time to study. He enrolled at Harvard University and left the entertainment industry behind. After that, he spent 2 years studying at St Andrews University in Scotland, which was also attended by Prince William. His dedication impressed his fans. He thought he had fully moved on from showbiz and focused on acting, but you can't be a good actor without being surprising. In 2013, Thomas made a surprising return after nearly 15 years since his last big acting role. He appeared unexpectedly in the sitcom Last Man Standing, which stars his old co-star Tim Allen from Home Improvement. This made some fans emotional with nostalgia, showing that Thomas hadn't forgotten his roots. Tim Allen told us that Thomas got back into acting because he wanted to learn about directing. He had been following the show's director, John Pasquin, to understand the job better. However, Allen praised Thomas for his acting talent, and Thomas ended up acting again. Allen also mentioned that Thomas is different now. While he used to be very confident when they were younger, he is now more shy and nervous on set. Doc Thomas was very proud of his set with Tim and the Mouth Putties, and he is especially proud of this moment. It's obvious that his fans were excited to see more of him. They were willing to travel for hours just to catch a glimpse of him. They were happy to know he'd be back on TV, and even if not, they could still see his work as a director. Everyone was really excited. However, Jonathan surprised them by saying he wouldn't be involved in any of it because he felt he had already paid his dues 2 years ago. In 2011, had said what he wanted to do, and it wasn't going to be something that the fans were going to. Like he said, I think at this point, I'd eventually like to work behind the camera. Actually, what he means is not that he would become a director and make movies and shows. No, what he meant was that he would try new things at different jobs that were unrelated to acting. This caused many fans to be sad and disappointed in him. Jonathan Taylor Thomas is currently 42 years old, and his estimated net worth is around $12. It's sad to realize that what made him famous and loved by so many people is also what led to his downfall. He had money and fame, but he couldn't experience love like a regular person. It feels like he traded his happy childhood for endless fame and attention. Do you think his choice to step back from acting was a good one, or was it a mistake? Share your thoughts about his end in the comments below.